So there are a few things on earth that I love more than camera bags. Kind of backpacks in general, but seriously, camera bags. And so I was lucky enough to attend the B&H Build Expo and spent way too much time talking to all of the backpack manufacturers. So the new bag that I've added to my collection is the Peak Design 30-liter everyday backpack. So brief kind of explanation for what exactly I plan on doing with this backpack. Also, why do I even need it? So being a photographer, videographer, camera guy, you have this need to carry around camera gear pretty often, but you don't always need to bring your whole kit. For the mass majority of my life, I've been a student, and so I'm super used to that top loader backpack design where you can just shove all your stuff in there and keep it moving. Camera bags are really great for carrying around camera gear, shocker, but they don't do a great job at carrying around daily carry items. And so with my research and some hands-on feeling and getting to inspect at the B&H Build Expo, I settled on the Peak Design 30-liter everyday backpack. So this is just kind of an initial feature overview, some things that I think are really nice about this backpack, and why I think it's the perfect bag that bridges the gap between that traditional top-loader backpack design and the camera bag that we all know and love. Now, it is important to factor in, I have not had this bag for very long. I have not gotten to put it through its full paces yet. With that being said, let's talk about the build quality, external features, and the materials. So I got the fully blacked out version of the everyday backpack. It's made out of this really good, strong, water-resistant material. It always makes me feel really confident when I can trust that the bag is gonna be able to protect my stuff, especially from rain, and this bag's not gonna have any issues with that. And then the kind of standout design feature for this backpack, in my opinion, is the maglock buckle on the front and the side zipper access pockets. This bag has 2 water bottle pockets, which I think is really impressive. It's really nice that you have side access and water bottle pockets. You don't see that on a lot of backpacks. Also, it's pretty cool that I can carry around a water bottle and a tripod. As a photographer and videographer, carrying tripods has been the bane of my existence in so many instances. I love my PM nomadic backpack. That's what I use more often than not for photography jobs. It has a really good tripod and monopod carrying system, so hopefully this double water bottle pocket situation will work just as well. Another small quality of life feature that this backpack has is magnetic straps. You can kind of tell, but the straps aren't all wild and like flopping around. They actually stick to the frame of the bag, which is really nice, especially like whenever you're on a plane. I actually flew back from New York with this bag. I flew there with no backpack, came back with a backpack, which is kind of funny. But this feature was really good for that because normally whenever you put the thing under the seat, the straps will be all crazy and up like this, but with the magnets, they just literally stick and it's kind of good to go. I think about all the times that I was in like a coffee shop or in the library at school, something like that, and your backpack straps are just all over the place in the way. This completely resolves that, which is a small feature, but I think it's worth noting. Now let's talk about that buckle and the top pocket. So this to me is the standout feature of the Peak Design everyday backpack. It is the feature that makes it different than any other backpack that's out there. I love a dump pocket, is what I always call these kind of easy access large pockets. My college backpack, the North Face Recon, has a stretchy mesh on the front where I would always just cram kind of like quick access gear that I needed access to. My nomadic camera backpack has a zippable top, which is a pretty good size little dump pocket, but it's pretty small once you start to load it up with things. And now this Peak Design backpack, which has the best version of all of these. First of all, the buckle system is so much better than I thought it would be. This is honestly the feature that I was so glad that I got to test out at the B&H Build Expo. When I've seen this bag online, I've always thought that the buckle has got to be so annoying to actually get like on and off and get easy access in and out. But this buckle could not be better. First of all, it's magnetic, so it's able to just latch onto the latches really quick. And also it expands really easily, so you can do it all super quickly, pop it on and off. Also, because of the buckle, it gives you so much more room in that top compartment. It can be buckled all the way up here, which gives you so much more space. I mean, look at how far this is separated and how much taller it is now. So you can stuff a serious amount of gear into the dump pocket on this. This is the feature that I'm most excited for in this backpack, so I will make sure to put it through its paces and get back to you guys with that information a little later on. Lastly, what I want to talk about is the full access design of this bag. You're able to fully unzip both sides of the backpack and have access to the inside of the bag that way, which makes it pretty convenient for finding your stuff quickly. Some other small features that I think are worth noting that I didn't realize were a part of this bag just based off of YouTube videos that I've watched in the past are at least this 30-liter design has a laptop and iPad sleeve, which is a gigantic selling point. Traveling with like my laptop and iPad was easy in my college backpack, my North Face Recon, but in my nomadic backpack, forget about it, at least the Luma that I have. So having 2 dedicated sleeves in the back laptop compartment is so awesome. Thank you, Peak Design, for that. And also there is an unbelievable amount of little pockets for little items in this bag. I'm talking with zippers, with magnets, just little areas where you can hide an air tag. There's so many places to store those weird little items that you lose if they don't have a home, just built into this backpack, which I think is fantastic. fantastic. And so I think that's gonna be it for the initial impressions of the Peak Design 30-liter backpack. If there is anything specifically that you are wondering about this backpack that you want me to test out over the next couple months, let me know and that'll be a part of the proper review. And if you have this backpack and you have any like tips and tricks or little secrets, drop it in the comments. I'd be happy to test it out. Overall, I'm really impressed with this bag and I'm really excited to put it through the ringer and see if it can hopefully be my one-size-fits-all everyday carry backpack. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Austin. If you like videos like this, drop me a like, drop me a sub. It means a lot. Once again, I'm Austin, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.